नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। A very good morning to you all. Myself, JVN Dr. Ravi Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Practice of Medicine at Faculty of Homeopathic Science in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the physical examination of abdominal lump in gastrointestinal system. So this is a clinical lecture in which we are going to discuss about the physical examination of an abdominal lump. There are four steps of examination of general examination, which includes inspection, palpation, percussion, and auscultation. So while examining the abdominal lump, we will also follow the four steps. In physical examination of an abdominal lump or mass, uh, first step is inspection. As I have already told you, that there are four steps: inspection, palpation, percussion, and auscultation. In inspection, there is general inspection and local inspection. So for in general inspection, we look for the appearance of the patient. We have general appearance to look for the any kind of anemia or paleness, emaciation or jaundiced condition. Then we look at the lymph nodes at various sites, especially the supraclavicular lymph node, because left supraclavicular lymph node enlargement is a sign of malignancy, abdominal malignancy. This is a very important sign, so this need to be checked upon. Then we look for the pedal edema, any kind of pedal edema. Then the local inspection consists of the site. Just check for any kind of swelling, if any, that is present in case of abdominal mass. So you have to check for the site of the abdominal mass. You have to check for the, first of all, site of the abdominal mass. Then you have to check for the size and shape of the abdominal mass. You have to check for the surface and edges of the abdominal mass. And movement with respiration. Is there any movement with respiration of the abdominal mass? And check for the skin overlying the mass. So for inspection, we have to look at the site, the size and shape of the abdominal mass, surface and edge of the mass. You have to check for the movement with respiration, and you have to check for the skin overlying the mass, whether it is fixed or movable. Then the second step is the palpation. Palpation for the abdominal mass. We have to elicit and define. While doing the palpation, we have to define if there is any kind of tenderness or rigidity. While palpation of the abdominal mass, you have to check for tenderness or the rigidity. You have to confirm the findings of the inspection regarding size, shape, edge, and surface. So you have to check for the size, shape, edge, and surface of the abdominal mass. You have to check for the margins, that is, whether it is ill-defined or well-defined margins. And you have to check for the notch, if there is any presence of notch or not. Then you have to check for the consistency of the abdominal mass, whether the abdominal mass is firm or hard or it is soft. Then you have to check for any kind of abdominal, parietal or intra-abdominal position. You have to check for the mobility or adherence. Then boundaries or limits of the abdominal mass has to be checked for. You have to check for the movement on respiration, whether the abdominal mass is moving or it is fixed with respiration. You have to check for the pulsations, if any present, and then bimanual palpations and dilatability has to be checked for the case of abdominal mass. So we have to check for the consistency of abdominal mass, the abdominal, parietal or intra-abdominal position. The mobility or adherence has to be checked for. The boundaries or limits are needed to be checked. The movements on respiration has to be checked, and you have to see for any kind of pulsations if any present. Bimanual palpations and dilatability has to be checked for. Now the percussion. Percussion is done by using two fingers. One is this middle finger and this second. So you have to do it like this on the surface. And then you have to percuss for the surface. The aim of abdominal percussion is to distinguish between the resonant sound, that is gaseous distension, and dull sound, that is ascites, solid or cystic mass of the percussion note. Then normal percussion note is resonant over whole of the abdomen. But if there is any abnormality, it can be percussed and reached at a particular conclusion. In case of abdominal mass, the percussion note will be dull because of the solid surface, hard surface. Percussion is always done from the resonant area to the dull area. Always start the percussion from the center of abdomen and move to the sides or flank, periphery of the abdomen. Place the percussion finger on the abdomen parallel to the anticipated change in the percussion note. So always place the hand like this, do the percussion like this, and always place the percussion finger on the abdomen parallel to the anticipated change. So always place your fingers parallel to the anticipated change where the change is there in the percussion note. Percuss lightly for superficial structures. So first of all, percuss superficially for the lightly for the superficial structures such as the lower border of the liver and firmly for the deeper structures. Example, upper border of the liver. This is how you do the percussion. This is the upper border, this is the lower border of the liver dullness, and this is the liver stab. So this needs to be assessed in every case. Now the fourth step is the auscultation. Now auscultation is usually done to listen for any kind of blood flow. That is, auscultate over the mass rub to listen for any kind of blood flow to the mass or rub, hepatic or splenic or any kind of arterial fluid. Auscultate peristalsis, bowel sounds for at least 3 minutes before deciding if they are absent. Normal peristaltic sounds are heard with the stethoscope just placed above the umbilicus on either sides. And now for abdominal mass, because in case of abdominal mass, the blood supply can be raised or increased. So a vascular bruit is heard over the aorta or the other vessels. Place the stethoscope lightly on the abdominal wall over the aorta in epigastrium above and to the left of the umbilicus and listen to the bruit. The bruit is basically the blood flowing noise or sound in the blood vessels. For renal bruit, place the stethoscope similar just above the side of the umbilicus. So you have to listen for the vascular bruit over the aorta or other vessels, and you also have to listen for the renal bruit placed on the side of the umbilicus. So this was all about today's lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss more about the splenic dullness, listening to the splenic dullness. So this was all for today. This session was powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box and I'll answer. So this was all for today. Thank you very much. We will be meeting in the next lecture tomorrow.